last jar of chili beans, so let's get canning some more. I put salsa in my chili beans. My salsa is actually from a mix. It's the Mrs. Wages salsa. It is not available in Canada. I have to cross the border to get this, but I really like it. So I'm also going to put cumin in my chili beans, chili powder, pink salt, garlic powder, onion flakes, and there's a jar of, well, my last jar of chili beans. I've washed my kidney beans and I've picked out any little bits that I don't want in there. Now I am doing the no soak method. I've done my research and I encourage you to do your research. Authorities do recommend that you soak your beans first. I am choosing not to soak my beans first. I'm now going to place the kidney beans in my pint-sized jars. 4 pint-sized jars, you use ½ a cup of kidney beans. I'll bring you back when it's time to put the seasonings in the jars. To each jar, I'm going to add ½ teaspoon of salt. Now for a teaspoon of chili powder in each jar. I'm now going to place a teaspoon of cumin in each jar. I'm now placing approximately a teaspoon in each jar of garlic powder. And I'm going to do the onion flakes now, but I have to be really careful with that. I'm splitting up about a teaspoon for 3 jars. And for the next 3 jars, another teaspoon. Now it's time to place a scoop of salsa in each jar. I'm now filling the jar with water. And debubbling. And I'll now wipe the rim of the jar. I'm using vinegar. Sometimes I use water, but mostly I use vinegar. And for the lid, I'm going to screw it on finger tight. I'm now placing it into the pressure canner. I'll bring you back when I have all my jars in the pressure canner. In all, I have 18 jars of chili beans, but before I put my lid on, I'm going to check the vent pipe, the air vent, the sealing ring, and the overpressure plug. The pressure canner will now vent for 10 minutes before I put the pressure regulator on. The pressure canner has now been venting for 10 minutes, the timer has gone off, and it's time to put the regulator on. I'll bring you back when it reaches 11 pounds pressure. It's now reached 11 pounds pressure, and I've set my timer to 75 minutes. When processing meats or dry beans in pint-sized jars, 75 minutes is the processing time. If you are using a quart-sized jar, the processing time would be 90 minutes. Okay, it's down to 0 pressure. Let's take the regulator off and take the lid off. Always hold it away from you. So the kitchen smells wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Here we go. Here are my 18 jars of chili beans. I'm going to let them sit on the counter overnight, and in the morning I will wash the jars and take the rings off. I hope you have enjoyed this video.